Generic greetings and welcome to Town to City. Today's beverage is a nicely chilled and surprisingly sweet, but not overly so, pink lemonade. So either way, welcome to the demo of Town to City. This is a voxel city builder by the makers of Station to Station. And if you played that game, you can probably at least see the visual pedigree there. And the idea is we have to build, I'm going to say a city, but obviously you start on very humble beginnings and get a few people who turn up on a train naturally, and you have to meet their needs and expand. And it's about, you know, just doing that loop and unlocking different things. So like you'll have at the start like food stalls and things like that, but then you'll go to like markets and then like tailors and bakers and all that sort of thing. Anyway, it's your typical sort of city builder stuff really, but let's just go to a new game and I'll show you a little bit of it. I've played just over an hour, and that was to the completion of the demo. It wasn't like you've won the game, it's just like, hey, that's pretty much all the demo has to offer at this stage, but you know, that's fine. So we can see we have our station, and in this very nice voxel world, and looks like the tutorial's on, so it's all the typical stuff, how you move the camera, how you zoom it in, how you move around, etc. So let's build 3 houses and connect them to the station with a road. So I don't believe this map is dynamically generated, but I'm going to assume perhaps wrongly that in the full game it might be. Either way, this is where we've got our road connection, and I'm actually going to build the road first. So over to roads, and you've got 4 options. You've got things like brick, plaza, sand and dirt. You've got options for the brush size and whether you want to do a line tool or the freeform. Now, I'm normally a fan of the straight roads, but I think this one, because of the way the terrain, and you can see it's got different height levels, I think more of a natural sort of way of building is probably in order. So what I'm doing first is I'm going around this lake because I want this to be a bit of a feature piece, and we'll do this and then bring it probably around like this. We'll have it so we've got this bit of land there where we can place like benches and stuff, and then we'll connect that up. Okay, so that's now done. And I'm just going to immediately go for a sort of split off here and just sort of wave this around again, being a bit more free form, and that should be fine. And then we're going to place 3 houses. So we're going to go with, you can see these houses do snaps, so we're going to go with 1, and I've got randomize on because you can change the colours of them. I do like to keep randomization on. And there we are. So you can see we've got some quite nice detailed building animations there where we have these cranes and they get built and take up all the staging and such. And there's a couple of unique selling points for this game, and it's to do with the decoration, I find. Let's go to next here, and here comes the train, and we're going to get our first residences. So it will pull up, and what is that? It's a 042, I think. Someone will correct me in the comments, I'm sure. And there's our family. So they've now arrived, and we need to tell them where to go. So what we do is click on them, and then we assign them somewhere. So I'm just going to say assign there, and that's fine. So click on the house, and we can see they've been given a name. So it's the Lemon family, I think. And we can sort of see all of the basic happiness. So a warm, beautiful house is the main way to increase the residents' happiness, but it currently does not provide much. Let's change that by giving the residents access to food buildings. So we've got market stalls now available. So we've got a poultry stall and cheese store. What I'm going to do, because I know that I'm going to build on both sides of the street, I'm going to put that there because the stalls are going to go on near the front, and then it'll hopefully emanate out. At least that's the plan. Although, you know what I could probably do some waterfront stalls. No, I can't because I didn't leave myself enough room. I could delete some of the road and put them here. You know what? I'm going to do that. I don't know if it's the right choice, but it's what is going to happen just because it'll be a bit more centralized. And then we'll say that road, and then from here it'll go like around like this, and then that'll give us access to more stalls. In fact, I'm preemptively going to keep going and building extra road over here, and then probably bring it back in like so. And obviously you can see it's this sort of voxel building over like this. And there we go. Okay, so we're going to go to commerce, and I'm going to put in the, what is this? This is the poultry stall, and then a cheese stall will go on that side. Okay, I'm probably just I'm gonna have to make even more room on this side, I think, as well, but that's fine. Let me just delete a little bit more, and then I'll build on the other side. Let's just see that one, and yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter because, you know, especially this early, I don't think there's like any horse or carts or anything like that, so people just walk around it. Anyway, so we click on the market stall, and it shows you basically the requirements. So we need to add a worker, so we've now added that. Each worker increases the amount of citizens that can be serviced, so make sure all shops can meet their demand by having enough workers. And then we need to build a warehouse. So let's just go ahead and build that, and it's going to be pretty much at the very beginning, because why not? Why not? Because it won't place. I don't know why. It'll place here, but it won't go there. Okay. Yeah, for some reason it won't go there. Is it because there's people standing waiting for homes? It is possible. Let me just add that person, and no, I don't know why that is the case. I'm going to place it here, and I can rotate it round. And do I want to do that? Is that a good idea? Probably not. You know what? It was snapping over here very... Yeah, it was fine over that side, so I'll place that there. I'll place the warehouse closer to shops, okay? So I'm going to guess it is going to have to be around... I guess I could place it right here, but then that's sort of defeating the whole point, really. I think they'll be fine. In the previous run that I was playing, I actually had a couple of warehouses anyway, so... money is shown on the bottom right. We're currently getting 90 per tick, and that's not what I meant. That was a warehouse demolish. Looks like you get all of the money back if you demolish it, either because we're in the middle of its building, or you might just get it back in general. I'm not actually too sure. But anyway, let's place all these houses in, and that should be more than enough house. So we'll assign a worker to that one. Make sure the warehouse is connected to the station and the shops with the road. Yes, I will do that. And then basically everybody's happiness goes up because they're now having access to chicken and cheese. So there you go. So click on the house again. Access to multiple different shops greatly increases the happiness for the residents. Okay. So, and it shows you shop earnings and tax and all that. So the house earns more daily income with each shop connection. So each house, shop, or warehouse has a decoration score. Score makes people who live or work in the building happier. So decoration, we can see we've got all of these decorations, and we can place things like a small potted flower, like on the corner there. We can place some lights maybe at the end of the street, and these all have an area effect, as you can see. We can even place in like some people's back gardens here, maybe some sort of like archways, so like a nice little rose arch or whatever. Around here, and then you can place some trees like so. So it's all going to increase overall happiness. We've got a well there. I like the idea of the well here. Is that really? It's not really in a good position though for access, for actually having a score. But that is good. I have 40 decoration points on a shop or warehouse. On a shop. Okay, over here then, I guess I could place what would make perfect sense is a couple of benches. So I'll rotate the benches so they can overlook the lake, which is nice. And I guess we can place, what else? Maybe a light, different type of bench. There you go. We need to level up the warehouse, I think, as well. And I'm going to put a well behind it. And there's more people that are acquiring homes. So let's do all of that. And you can see what happens is, because we have more people, essentially there's more requirements. And people only arrive at the station if the total average happiness is 60 or above. Percentages in yellow and red should be improved to increase the overall happiness. So, okay, I want to increase the labour from there and from cheese, and that should be fine. And I've already passed the next one, and now it's asking us to build the research centre. So this is going to fit in absolutely perfectly there. This is actually probably one of the main buildings that you'll be interacting with, especially in this demo. Just because, that's where a lot of choice is made, like which way do you want to focus. So, yeah, and also one of the things you unlock, I think, almost changes the game entirely. It's curious how it does change things. You can see the current research points and money here, yes, and also open the research menu, and there we are. So, I can get a fish stall, so I'm going to unlock the fish stall. And then the fish stall is going to... Yeah, it's telling us about the encyclopedia. We don't need to know about that. Right, so we've got a building, and it is a fish stall, and it's going to go... it's going to go nowhere. Right, okay. So basically, when I did this road, I did it like just ever so slightly wrong in every which way possible. But no matter. The things we can change. There we are. So I have a population of 50. Overall goal is happiness over 60, population of 50, upgrade to the next stage. So we can do that. And we've now given access to... actually, to be fair, so a lot of these areas here, they only have access to maybe one or two things. That's because when you click on these, this shows the distance. But I know from experience that this thing here, market upgrade, doubles the range. So I wasn't really too concerned. What I will do is I'm going to place some houses sort of on the back here. Let's have randomized variations. And I'm just going to have this as a bit of a straight line, a little bit of a straight line, like that. And that means we can go to road, and then I'm going to spin it round, and this road sort of curves off, and then comes through here, and then it's going to go up the hill, and it's actually going to go over near these trees, because later on we get people who are wanting like certain homes with different, like with particular traits, essentially. So they'll say, oh yeah, I want homes that are near water, or with no neighbours, or I want them so we can have trees around, or whatever. Yeah, so there's that. Research, we have decorate buildings. Now, this is the thing that I said about the game, and I think it's actually got a fairly unique selling point, and that's as soon as we unlock that, all of the decorations that we have here, they change as you place them on the building. So you can now place them directly on the building itself. So if I place it on the side, if I place it there, we've got the street lamp. If I try to place it above the door or anywhere on the side, it becomes a lantern. Then if you place it above doors and windows, it becomes like a downlighter. Similar thing for plants. We can have a couple of hanging baskets like that, or we can have some potted plants over there. Now this, I think, is a bit of a potential double-edged sword, because I, as a rule, I'm not a huge fan of like micromanaging every little bit of decoration. I like broad strokes. I want a pile of trees here, and let the game be smart enough to make it look however it needs to look, and and do that sort of thing. But I know others also do really like the idea of, oh yeah, there's a slide there. Let's not put the slide. Yeah, let's put the slide right near the train tracks. That's a thing. If we were going to do that, I can place a fence. So I can place a fence there, and we'll just drag it all the way to there and continue on, because we want to make sure that everyone is safe. And there we go. So we fence this off. Yeah, conscience. Right. So people, you can live there. You can live there. And what else have we got? We've got a well that we can place in here. Oh, so the people at the end are not happy, really. I think because of, they're not getting stuff from here, but that's not a huge problem later on. At the moment, it's going to become a bit of a compound issue, but we'll see how we get on. So as people turn up, obviously, I can then that's a big tree. Let me place a couple of trees in here. As people turn up, we can go back, we can take them. Let me add more people to generating research points. Does it tell you how many people are unemployed? If it does, I don't know where that would be. Anyway, yeah, so as I was saying, as we are waiting for people to arrive, you can spend a lot of time doing the houses up quite nicely, spending time on that. At the moment, I've only played an hour, as I said, but I've not got bored of this just yet. But I can see myself going sooner rather than later. Yeah, that'll do, and doing it that way. But again, that's on me. That's more of a personal choice. But the fact that we have the option for this is good. I do like it, and there is mechanical reasons to do it. So here we go. A family with traits has arrived. These traits influence the family's happiness. So they want to be in an area that is supplied by food. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to this family, and I think I can move the family to say over there, because this should be, yeah, there you go, that's now plus 20. So much more happiness for them. So that's actually the first time I think I've seen one with food, but I've definitely seen ones with want to be near water, they don't want to be near neighbours, they want to be trees or near a mountain, and yeah, that's the things you often get. So I can research another item, and it's going to be a fruit stall, I think. This person wants to be near trees, and we have got some trees around here. So this is where I said there's the mechanical thing. So I can place that there, and then just and then do more trees. Now I'm not going to put any more just yet, because quite frankly, I want to unlock trees and bushes decorations. More people working on that. Then we go for the fruit stall, which fits in very nicely there. I'm also going to go again to decoration and to this thing, and then maybe put a couple of things there, and 1, 2. So there we go. We now have a fruit stall, and we now have more supply. So you can see things are positive and negative based on what we do. We're actually up to 69 for townsfolk happiness. These are on negative, and I don't know why, because they've just moved in there, but we are supplying all of what they need. This person here, they want to be near a cliff, and there's a cliff there, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to preemptively build some housing up the top here. I'm going to have to go to demolish and get rid of a couple of these trees to fit one in. There we go. You know, in the UK, we often name our streets after forests that we've demolished or wildlife that's no longer there. Like you've got like Goldfinch Close in the middle of a city centre. Right, so let's go ahead and click on the mountain guy, and you can go into the mountains. There we are. So you can upgrade the town to the next stage. Click here. Do I want to do that? I'm not convinced I want to do that yet. Although the game is very much shouting at me to do so. Let me just max speed this out while we go ahead and build. These guys want to be surrounded by lots of trees. Now, I will put them in this one, even though it is -1. Because what's the other option? I don't know. I'm going to place them in this one, it's -1, because we've got research points, and I'm going to unlock trees and bushes, and then that will, yeah, help us out. Have we got more people that are unemployed? Yes, we can absolutely max out our research. That's good. That's good. So, there's another person. Let's put them at the top there. Do I want to have the buildings around here? I think I sort of do. And there you go. And then we're going to go this side as well. Although, one of them's a bit of an issue because of where I've placed a street light, but there we are. And that's now in. This person wants to be near trees as well, so that's actually on +16 on that corner, so that's good. Research, I'm going to research trees and bushes, so we go on here, and then we get small trees, and the small trees are going to be basically just I'm just going to spam them inside here. There's the that'll do approach that I mentioned earlier, so now I think that's going to be better for all involved. And can we put one? Actually, put them outside the front here. Let's go for, where is it? Bushes. So a couple of little bushes in and around here, all hidden away. There we go. I think that's going to be about right for that. And our dwelling now gets leveled up to, what's it going to be called? Is it a town? And hey, there we go. So the station has been the first thing to be upgraded. In fact, the train is pulling in to the back now. And I think we get a house now, actually, if memory serves. I think so. So, let's see. And you can see, actually, we've got now apparel and research menu too. Now, we've got, where is it? Vegetable stall, and then market upgrades, and you can see immediately the positive impact that that's had. So, that can go there. We can meet more needs. We can go for more needs. And look, this reaches all the way up to here, which is good now. So, have you got a moment? Phoebe, so we're all excited about the potential for our town to grow into a prosperous city. Everything's going well, although some new rivals are experiencing issues. I suggest building ourselves off a house first, one with a big mailbox. Okay, so we have a mayoral home. I'm going to go to normal speed, and this person requires or wants to be around water, so we'll do that. And this person is not too bothered about where they go, so let's go there. Right, so where is that going to be? It's going to be mayoral home. Okay, I'm going to place the mayoral home in my own little courtyard over here. So we'll have it small brush size. What was it on before? I think it was about 7. So I'm going to brush size 2 and actually brush size 3. And then I'm just going to bring this into here. And then if we really wanted to, I could put some nice trees on the front. Like that, and I could even use a stone wall to wall this in to make sure that no undesirables get here. So we'll do this and this. There you go, and it's very easy to redo the wall as well. It's a very powerful tool set. So you do something like that, and if you're happy with it, fine. Otherwise, you can just click on it and you can start moving things around. So I do appreciate that one. So they're happy with that, I think. Amazing, your house looks great. I'm sure the first requests will start coming in soon. Don't worry if it takes a while to address the requests. We are patient townsfolk. Fair enough. Okay, so I do have another letter. These guys are really unhappy. Why is that? Because they are wanting... Oh, there's no food. How come there's no food? Food definitely reaches over there, right? Look at that. But that one, for some reason, doesn't. That's very strange. I don't know what that's about. Anyway, more new people. You can go there. You can go there. And you can see there are obviously people wandering around, so they are simulated and such. I mean, I know I've not got much decoration over here. Maybe that's it. Maybe I have to place some more, like, say, lanterns. I'll just put a lantern in that guy's head. Sorry about that. And some lighting. Well, that will hopefully help out. And then some, like, flowers. Can you make... Oh, you can make a window box. Don't know why I was so excited over that, but there we go. We can have that. That's now in. We'll have a well, say, here. And because it would make a lot of sense, sort of picket fence. And you see I can just add nodes, and I can just do that. I think almost ad infinitum. There might be a limit, but so far not found it. Maybe to there. Then around. And there. Very powerful. Powerful tools. Easy to use, but powerful. I like it. Okay, so that's all in. I think we'll have the odd bench actually as well. Oh, looks like the game's not happy about me doing that. Rotate around a bit more. 1 and 2. Okay. So, what have we got? We've got flower plants decoration. We've got clothing store. I know the game is going to ask us to do that anyway. So we have a new request by Lily May. Hello, May. When I moved here, I didn't realise I would have to survive without my favourite tailor. I'm afraid I'm getting desperately out of fashion. Would you be able to build a boutique store in our little town and make sure they sell red clothes? So already part of the way for that one. So that's all good. Let me see about... Getting people in their homes. Oh, there we go, that's fine. I think it's because I had to pause so much. It just hasn't recalculated some of the needs. I think what I'll do is I'll have maybe another set of maybe houses around here. Let's randomise that. And I'm actually going to sort of break it up a little bit. Might be able to fit another one in maybe. Not too expensive. Right, generic units of currency are low. I have 84 of a maximum of 4,000 by the look of it. And yeah, the idea is I'm going to run this road. I'm going to run the road along to these. I'll probably be able to get a road in at the end. I might be able to get another thing in there. But yeah, let's go all the way to here. That's actually not really what I was envisaging. Remove that. Let's delete. And delete some of this. I'm gonna have to reduce the brush down just to remove that bit of the road. Back up to 7. All good. Right. We're still on 70% happiness, but yeah, that house need that's very weird. I don't know what's going on there. I'm gonna say for this one, move a family to a different house. Go there. Be happy. These guys want to be around water. Okay. Well, if I wanted to, I could very easily just say build a road swooping across here and open these corners up and more housing. I'm just going to put some housing around here. So we've got a new estate going on. So there, that should be near water. Look, I mean, you can practically swim in it already. Yeah. Let's see about that one. See what it says. It says plus 17, so that is working out. There's still some more. Let's go for research. And I'm going to go with... What do I want to go with? There's bakery, there's butchers, second floor housing, hatters. Can't afford any of those. Flower plants and decorations. It's going to help us out, I think. Let's go with another house there. And... get ready and click. So that's where this other person's going to go. Why are these guys unhappy? Commute decoration plus 2. Home decoration plus 4. House needs none. It's about, I think it's about the clothing, really. Well, obviously, we do have no decoration around here as well, but I can now place some extra decoration in and around here. Home decoration. And you can see I am just really just plonking them down. But it's one of those games that it's very easy to make quite decent looking. Just for for a quick build. I always go back to Parkitect for that. All credit to the developers basically. So there's someone who's come over and they're wanting a light property. So let's go with plus 17. You can research a new item. It's asking about bakeries. Yes, I can. We can also go with second floor housing, which that seems like surely that's the main thing you would want to go for. It just seems to be, going vertical. Here is our clothing store. It is 120 to get. I'm going to place it on this main bit in the middle. It's going to cost me 120. That's now in. These guys want to be in an area with flowers. There we go, plus 8. These want to be near water, plus 7. You have so many unemployed residents in the town, consider giving more people work. Okay, well, I'm going to say, there you are. That's going to hopefully help out there. And everybody is maxed out on that one. Maybe it's the unemployment. Let's go with a bakery, and then, yeah, tastier bread is the next one. Tastier bread, just a straight up plus 5 bonus. So, that's good. I like the idea of the windmill up here. And it would reach all the way down if you see that. Okay. What I'll do then, I'm going to place the windmill up the top. No, I'm not. It's too expensive. Can't do any of that. And I'm going to continue on to the end here. Because what I want to do is have a bakery and a warehouse over there. And why is that building flashing? Oh. Don't know what's going on there. But okay. Let's see. Go for bakery maybe. Oh, some new houses. So that one's, it's like as if it's free, but it's not at the same time. There we go. So we want to go for a bakery. It's 240. That's why it's so expensive. Well, that's why I can't afford it, because it is so expensive. That tree is a little bit in the way. Oh, well, actually, it wasn't that one. It was that one instead. So I'm gonna rebuild some of those trees. You have to be careful sometimes when you are demolishing stuff, because you might have placed a family in a certain area, like for a particular reason, and then you've just deleted the reason why you've put them there. So, yeah. Am I just gonna wait for tastier bread? That feels like it's the ideal thing to do, because it's just a 5% bonus just increase. So why would you not just accept that? You know, it's just a nice statistical boost for everybody involved. Set clothing. I haven't done the main quest here. Sorry, set clothing colour to red. There we go. And yeah, they are happy, I think. Lily May, 1,000 thanks, Mayor. Even those busy folks would be envious of my beautiful garments. You still look the same to me, or you look stunning. We'll be complimentary, although we're probably going to get dragged in front of HR. My Mayor, aren't you handing out compliments today? Yes, and 225 generic units of currency for monies. Right, I've actually put too many people on there, and it's basically they go to sleep. Yeah, let's say put them there. And then, do we have enough food and such? I think so. I'm going to build another warehouse, and it's going to be a small warehouse next to this guy, because then it redistributes, like, the redistribution, essentially. So that's all fine. How much have we got? We have 199 generic units of currency. I'm going to start building over here. 1 and then 2. And this person wants to be near mountains. Perfect. We can put them right there. Family added in. Overall happiness is 65. The warehouse will have 2. So that's going to change the network completely. There seems to be a bit of a issue sometimes of when you place new buildings and such, and it everything sort of breaks immediately before the game goes, that's fixed now. It would be nice if it... Let's put the baker there. No, I won't, because it's too expensive. It would be nice if you could turn on automatic adding people to jobs. Like if there's unemployed, just let them work. This entire cul-de-sac around here, people are really not liking it. Home decoration, I think, is the main one. It's in red. It is in red. Yeah, and to be fair, there is no home decoration. Okay, let me resolve that for them. Let's put in, for some reason, lights above every single door. Because why not? Like that. I'm just gonna do this end one. Nice little potted plant there. And put in, because we can maybe, a nice little wall that goes around the back. And sort of goes around this big boulder. I don't know why this one's made of stone, whereas the other one is made of wood. But I think that is now a bit better. Home decoration is still in the negative. So I did say about this game, you know, some people really don't like the whole micromanaging of the sort of building bit. Oh, look at that! You get like it's not a window box, but you get like a hanging basket type of thing. Yeah. So yeah, it is sort of mandatory, isn't it? Really, if you were to, get that up. So fair enough. What do we have here? We have more people who are. Well, I'm going to place them out the way around here. I now have enough money for our butcher. Just going to go there. And upgrades, tastier bread. We're on 244 research points. So tastier bread feels like that's the way to go. New request. Alyssa, I don't want to play hide and seek. Don't you like it anymore? Of course I do, but there's no pretty flowers. I want to hide in bushes with pretty flowers. Okay, so there's flowery bush. So it says you can set an area which is complete the quest. Go to set quest area button. Okay. Apparently there's another request to build steel benches. Okay. Let me add in loads of people around here. There's that fine. They want steel benches. I mean, this goes on and on and on. Look at the amount of items in here. It's great. So where do I get that? Hang on now, can we get tastier bread? Right, we can get tastier bread. Right. Pause it a second. Replace 2 wooden benches around the town with steel benches. So can I click on these and do it that way? No. So I'm going to have to go with steel benches. It says replace. Does it mean replace, or I can just plonk them down? I can just plonk them down. Plonking being a technical term. There we go. Replace the benches. Yes, I sort of did. So that's now done, and we've got some money. I'm trying to find where the other quest was. I think it was around here, but I'm not too sure. Anyway, matters not. We continue on. We have a total happiness of 72. Population going up. The needs for food and clothing are not really being met, and also work decoration and commute decoration. Yeah, the more I play, the more I think this whole decoration thing and customizing the buildings is more of a thing you have to do. So, yeah. Let's place some steel benches. Like that. Place them on this side as well if we wanted to. Or should we have some, like, there's sunflowers and such. Let's place some nice sunflowers around here. It's all good. One of the tests of a game is how good does it look at night. And, well, I would argue that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. There's another person. Let's put them in this new area over here. For the money, I've got 700 generic units of currency, so more than enough to build around here. And that one wasn't snapping anymore. Look at that. That's not snapped. That wasn't snapping anymore. There we go. And then fit one in there. I can fit them around here as well, but I'm not going to build on this one because that's where another road is going to be. So I don't think we'll need it, truth be told. This person wants to be in an area that's quite light, and there's +7 over there, and I can very easily just fix that, can't I? So, you want lights, dear? You want lights? No problem. Look at that. We're even lighting above your light. And then just outside their front door, just more. Yep, that should have good decoration. Right, more people. Let's go in this new area. And city's population has grown total size to 120 citizens. Click to upgrade the city. I will do in a bit. Or is it not giving me the choice? I'm going to have to level it up, yeah. We'll level up to the next one. There's still a lot of stuff we haven't obviously unlocked. So I haven't unlocked the, was it the Hatter? I didn't unlock the Shoemaker, or it might be called the Cobbler. I'm not sure. I haven't unlocked I think it was a warehouse, the 2-story houses, that type of thing. But I believe that is Stage 3 Leisure and Research menu. Great. However, you've completed the demo. So, you've reached the demo population limit of 120. There'll be no more new arrivals by train. Feel free to continue. So I am going to go to... let's go ahead. I'm going to go to keep playing just for a little bit. And we're going to pause it for a moment. Let me go with second floor housing. So, let's see. Add a floor. We've got now a new button. So you can say add a floor. Oh yeah. That's good. So, and then you can have families added there. Alright, so it's like a sort of flat type of thing. Okay. So there is a shoemaker and there is a hatter. I think I'm going to go with a hatter, because why not? And the hatter is going to go clothing, and was that saying I could place it there at one point? I think it might have done. The hatter can go there. There's still obviously some people that are not, overly happy, but we were trending pretty well. You can set our colours. I'm going to go with shoemaker. Hopefully I've got enough people. There we go. There's the hatter. We have another quest available. How plants a bunch of pine trees? They want pine trees rather than oaks or spruces. Confirm. So, select an area. So I can say here, and then place pine trees. So where have we got pine trees? Pine trees. Randomize pine trees. And you can make just like a pine forest. There you go. So it's easy to complete that need for them. And we'll say OK. And that's going to give us some money. So they're happy with that one. There's 50. And research, shoemaker. See, I mentioned about one of the things you're interacting with the most, or almost, is the research centre. And it does feel like you spend a lot of time here. But we can see we've got a village, small town, town, city, large city, and then extra large city. Metropolizes. Yeah, and there's other stuff like missing from the demo. But lots of decorations, lots of things to unlock. Yeah, that is a bit of the game. Have very much enjoyed my time with it. It looks beautiful. It's charming. I do like the sort of selling point of it having, it's this sort of voxel world, multiple layers. We've obviously got things like park decorations, yeah. We've got this sort of freeform road building. Obviously, people are all sort of wandering around. It's quite easy to do when you sort of clicking on like the workers and such, and going from there and assigning them. Yeah, it is exactly what a demo needs to do, which is pique my interest. Either way, that's been a bit of the game, and this is what we have made. Hope you have enjoyed this little look at it. I definitely need to make some more stalls. Yeah, I think I'm going to put some up here if I was to continue on, but obviously that's the end of the demo, so there's no great point. But yeah, if you like what you see, then by all means check the link out in the description, and as always, comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching, take care, and generic partings.